much. It says on here, Kajetan loved frogs, bees and pizza. I didn't know about the pizza, I only knew about the frogs and bees. And so lived here and came often. The first we heard more recently was when Vic got in touch to say that Friends of Kajetan were anxious to do something to commemorate his time here, and so they asked if we wanted anything. And at the time we were thinking, how can we get this pond made bigger? We're always looking to get more off the council for our pond and our projects, and improve the walkway. And if you've been to the pond before, you'll know that the original walkway we did here, which John Main and I did some years ago, had begun to sink. And so when it rained, Gordon and I would have to come along with teaspoons and collect the tadpoles that had fallen out of the pond in the overflow and put them back in every time it rained. So that was quite a job. So the money that was collected was enough to have all the new fencing done and this lovely new walkway which makes everything level. And then Jason's friends who came all got in the pond in the waders which we provided and did a massive clearance job, because most of us doing the volunteer work are a bit old for this kind of thing, but they were full of energy and young, and I kept saying take that out and take that out, and they hauled it out and put it all in the pile. It was absolutely wonderful to have some 20 of those or so. And we have here a post where Gordon puts poems, and during COVID people came here for a bit of quiet and peace, and so many found the poems that Gordon, who's there, put up such a comfort and wrote, and often said the poems are lovely. So today I've put up a poem for Kajetan and a copy of it for you to take away with you when you go. So we're just here to celebrate really, and we've got some cake afterwards to celebrate. There's this lovely plaque which Dennis, as you know Dennis can do anything, Dennis is going to put, and we think possibly here on the gate, because A, it's a nice strong place, I might want to take that off, and people will see it on the way out, so they say, you know, oh that's really nice, I wonder how they did that, and they'll see the plaque. So that probably could come off quite easily. So that's something that I'm saying. I'm one of the people who looks after the pond. A few of us are here. Simon, Steve, a new member, Emily, who's the most latest recruit, and several other people. Danny here is part of the group who actually did all the crowdfunding and got in the pond and did the clearing out for us. And several of his friends, I've got a picture of them, you can have a look later, came down a couple of summers ago, and that was lovely, all that help. So I hope that this is the first time you've seen it again, that you feel that you did a really good job, because that's here. And what else should I say? Well, we're always looking for volunteers, but I know some of you have come from quite a way. Other people, Sarah and Pete there, we're in a group called the Friends of the Park. Pete's our treasurer, and Sarah does she's also on the committee, and other people. Jen was born, Jen is the longest serving member, in as much as she was born in the maternity home, which was on Morris Road, and we have a picture on the way out among the other pictures of what's happened in the park, of her in the pram in the park, maybe 21 years ago now, I guess, something like that. Yeah, so people have a connection to to this pond and do come back, and I still meet people who say, oh hello, and I go, hello, would you like me to tell you something about the pond? And they go, you told me something last year and the year before and when I was at school. I know enough. And then other people just recently joined, didn't know anything about it. So it's a bit secluded, but we're really pleased, and we've got this area here. This is a secret bit here, and every new child to the park discovers this secret place for the very first time, and no one else has ever seen it, because that's how it is. And this is called the swinging branch, and they just sit on that and bounce up and down till it breaks, and then they start on the next one, which is fine. There are plenty of branches. So I think that's what I would like to say. I think Vic is going to, there you are, say something too. So maybe